Alright, hey guys, here's your guys' homework on long division numbers 1 through 6. Okay, so here's number 1. So put the divisor, you guys, on the outside and the dividend, pretty much the numerator, on the inside of your guys' house. Okay, so that's how you guys start. So when you guys approach this, you have to figure out what times k would give you guys k to the third. So k times k to the second would give you guys k to the third power. So pretty much it's what times the leading one of the divisor would give you the leading term of the dividend. So now that you guys found that number, now what you want to do is you're going to want to multiply this and distribute it to both of those. So k squared times k is k to the third. K times 7k is 7k to the second power. Then, once you guys distribute it, you're going to subtract this from the top. So k to the third minus k to the third, you guys, is 0. 8k to the second minus 7k to the second, that is k to the second power. Drop the 10k, and then repeat the process all over again. What times k would give you k to the second? That would be k times k. And then once you guys get this term, you're going to distribute it to both of those again. K times k is k squared. K times 7k is 7k. Or k times 7, 7k. Subtract. So once you guys subtract, you're going to get k squared minus k squared, which is 0. 10k minus 7k, that is 3k. Drop the 21 down, and again, repeat the process all over again. What times k will give you guys 3k? That is 3. 3 times k would give you guys 3k. Distribute the 3 to both of those again, and you guys get 3 times k is 3k, 3 times 7, 21. And when you guys subtract that from each other, you're going to get 0. So your guys' polynomial is going to be k squared plus k plus 3. Okay, so there's number 1. Number 2. Again, same deal. What times n will give you guys n to the fourth? That's n times n to the third. And then you guys are going to distribute n to the third to both of those. So we're going to get n to the fourth, n to the third times negative 8n to the third. You guys are going to subtract that from the top. N to the fourth minus n to the fourth, 0. Negative 17 minus negative 8n to the third. So this negative, when you guys multiply it to that negative, it's really a positive, right? This is really a positive. So negative 17 plus 8, you guys, that's going to be negative 9n to the third. Drop the 81n squared down, and again, same process. N times what is negative 9n to the third? That's negative 9n to the second. And now you guys are going to distribute this negative 9n to the second to both of those. So negative 9n to the second times n, negative 9n to the third, negative 9n to the second times negative 8, that's a positive 72n squared. And then you guys just subtract it. So a negative times a negative, this is going to be a positive, so you add those together, that's a 0. And then 81n squared minus a 72n squared, you guys, that is a 9n squared. Drop the negative 65n down, and then again, same process. What times n will give you guys 9n squared? That's 9n. So then 9n, you guys, you distribute it to both. So 9n times n, 9n squared. 9n times negative 8, negative 72n. And then subtract. So you guys subtract that, so we get 0, negative 65n minus negative 72. This becomes a positive, you guys. So that's going to be a 7n. Positive 7n. Drop the negative 56 down. And same process. What times n will give us 7n? N times 7. And then distribute this 7 to both of these. And you guys are going to get 7 times n is 7n, 7 times negative 8, negative 56. And when you guys subtract them from each other, you're going to get 0. So our final answer is n to the third minus 9n squared plus 9n plus 7. Okay. Number 3. Okay, so for number 3, again, what times n will give you guys this first term? That would be if you multiply n times 7n to the third. And then distribute this, you guys, to both. So you guys are going to get 7n to the fourth minus 63n to the third. Subtract. So 7n to the fourth minus 7n to the fourth, that's 0. And then 7n to the fourth minus a negative 60, or a negative 68n to the third minus negative 63n to the third. This is really going to be a positive, right? So that's going to be negative 5n to the third. Drop down to 46n squared, and again, same process. N times what will give you guys negative 5n to the third, negative 5n squared. And then distribute this negative 5n squared to both. So we got negative 5n to the third plus 45n squared, because negative 5n times negative 9 is positive 45n squared. Okay, so we're going to subtract this. That's 0. 46 minus 45, you guys, that's just 1n squared. And then n times what, you guys, is n to the second. That would be plus n. And then you guys distribute the n to both of there. So n times n squared, n times negative 9, negative 9n. And then you guys subtract again. 0, negative of negative 7n minus negative 9n. So this really becomes a positive. So that's going to be 2n. Drop down to negative 18. Now the last one, what times n gives you guys 2? N times 2 will give you guys 2n, and then lastly, distribute that, you guys, to both. 2 times n is 2n, 2 times negative 9, negative 18. And when you subtract these, you guys, you're going to get 0. So our final polynomial is 7n to the third minus 5n squared plus n plus 2. Number 4, same deal. What times k is 5k to the fourth, you guys? That's k to the, or 5k to the third. Distribute this to both of these, you guys. So we get 5k to the fourth plus 10k to the third. We're going to subtract 0, 14 minus 10, you guys. That is 4. K to the third. Drop it down, 12k to the second. Now, k times what is 4k to the third? K times 4k to the second. Multiply both of those, so k times 4k squared, you guys, is 4k to the third. 2 times 4k squared is 8k squared. And then you guys are going to minus that all from the top. 0, 12 minus 8, you guys, that is 4k to the second power. Drop the 14k, Same process. K times what will give you guys 4k squared? That is 4k. So 4k times k, that's 4k squared. 4k times 2, that is 8k. So subtract all this stuff, and you guys get 4k minus 4k squared is 0. 14k minus 8k, that is 6k. And then the last one, drop down to 12. So what times k gives you guys 6k? That is plus 6. Ooh, and I forgot to circle this and show you guys how you're distributing it to there. Now for this one, distribute the 6 to both of there, you guys. So you guys get 6 times k is 6k, 6 times 2 is 12. Subtract, and you guys get 0. So final answer, 5k to the third plus 4k squared plus 4k plus 6. Which is your guys' final answer. Okay, last two. Okay, number 5. What times x will give us negative 8x to the third? That would be negative 8x squared. And then distribute this to both of these. So we got negative 8x to the third. Negative 8x to the third times negative 4, positive 32x to the second. Subtract. So this will become 0. 40 minus 32, that's going to be 8x to the second. And drop down the minus 37x. Okay, next, what times 8 will give us 8x to the second? That would be 8x. And then we distribute the 8x, you guys, to both of here. So 8x times x, 8x squared, 8x times negative 42, negative 32x. Subtract, so that's 0. Negative 37 minus a negative 32, so this is going to be a positive, you guys. Negative 37 plus 32, negative 5x. And then drop down to 30. So lastly, what times x will give you guys negative 5x? That is negative 5. And then distribute this negative 5 to both of those. So we got negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times 4 is positive 20. And we're going to subtract this. This becomes 0. 30 minus 20 is 10. So we have a remainder. So you guys have negative 8x squared plus 8x minus 5 plus 10 over the divisor, which was x minus 4. And I hope that's the answer. And it looks like it is. Okay. And last one, you guys. So what times x will give you guys x to the fourth? That's x to the third. And then distribute this x to the third to both. So you guys get x to the fourth plus 10x to the third. Subtract it. 0, 2 minus 10, you guys. That's negative 8x to the third. And then drop the negative 87x squared. Okay, what times x will give you guys negative 8x to the third? That would be x times negative 8x squared. So negative 8x squared, and you guys distribute it to there, so we get negative 8x to the third. Negative 8 times 10, you guys, is negative 80x to the second. And then subtract. So this, you guys, will be 0. Now remember, if you guys multiply by negative, all the signs on the inside change. So that's really going to be 80. So negative 87 plus 80 is negative 7x to the second. And then drop the negative 68x down. Okay, what times x will give you guys negative 7x squared? That would be minus 7x. And then distribute this negative 7x, you guys, to both. And you guys get negative 7x squared minus 70x. And when you guys minus both, that's 0. Negative 68 minus negative 7, you guys, so that's going to be a positive. So that's 2x, and then drop down the 13. And lastly, what times x will give you guys 2x, that is x times 2. And then distribute all of this to there. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 10 you guys is 20. And subtract that, and you guys get 0, 13 minus 20, negative 7. So our final answer, you guys, is all of this minus 7 over the divisor x plus 10, x minus 10. And hopefully that is our answer, which it is. Okay, so again, just practice this, you guys, do the best you can, and good luck, okay? Peace.